In 1 year I cracked open, nested with grief, befriended my devils, awoke to angels, wove with words, found freedom in clippers, fiction in labels, possibility in both. In 1 year I learned truth, crowned my body, relieved my musts, learned to rest, stopped the running, found beauty in darkness, divinity in routine, the sun within. In 1 year I grew futures, chipped at noise, kindled my voice, surfed the swells, tuned the input, tilled the soil to sow the seeds once more. I want to bathe in enoughness, rinse expectation from my hair, soak safety into pores as womb of warmth returns me to worth. I want to catnap in sunbeams, relax in the protest of rest. Let my skin agree with sun, whose setting is my only clock. I want each meal to be a sacrament, each sunrise a baptism, each touch a blessing, each exchange an act of care. I want to see love sovereign, lush and wild, growing even in the places we forget. Normally, I get a gentle greeting, sticky sap and spotting coaxing me to rest. But the morning after the Atlanta gunman murdered my sisters, my cycle came early. Bright, viscous blood painted the toilet bowl. With a furious vengeance, thick grief of ancestral ache layered onto my womb over lifetimes. The morning after, the media seized my friends. The same institution that shields stories of whiteness invaded our sacred space to hurry mourning. How dare they ask us to process our pain for them? How dare they demand help with work they should have been doing over centuries? The morning after, my ex texted me. The one I closed the door on because Asian women were telling me things he was saying to Asian women. I was furious at the invitation to find comfort in him. I was furious at the rich man who came twice and left me empty, who smiled as he told me he took an Asian woman's virginity once. I feel my inside slide out of me, and all I can do is listen to my womb, terrorized with rage, bleeding out the morning after they did, without warning, knowing the sameness of our blood. We rise to news coverage of the latest, greatest love story. Today, two Popo fell in love late in life in a still there's Chinatown. Each love story is us in another dimension. The most frenzied part of our day is breakfast. We are making wet scrambled eggs and longanisa and tomatoes soaked in suka and garlic rice for a dozen of our soul friends. Everyone is here. Everyone is safe. There is freshly baked sourdough on the sun-drenched counter. Real butter. Blueberry mint compote we simmered on the stove with 2 ripe berries found in the depths of our fridge. How easy it is for us to make sweetness from the forgotten. MacBooks and phones don't exist here, but the exalted azure ocean does. Her tide a rolling reminder that Mama Earth will always hold our grief with an ancient strength. Friends catnap on the plush green grass. Read poetry to each other like the living room is a sold-out Carnegie Hall. Snuggle with puppies strewn about the farmhouse because one of our dogs just had babies. New life is everywhere. Laughter everywhere. Of course, everything flocks to such a thing of beauty. Planets and space dust, meteors all the same, nothing can resist the source of Genesis. Her light biblical, biological, brilliantly visible, even when the moon talks back, even when the funk ferments and the rot decays and the rats scurry, begging for a sliver of her rays. It is raining in July. The white linen pants left bare on the balcony will get wet again. Everything pertaining to nature is cyclical. Humans are not exempt. Gracely Boggs asked, "What time is it on the clock of the world?" I lift my head to the sky and love on the downpour.